Welcome back to the channel. It is your girl Brandy, and I am back with another video. As you guys can tell by the title, we are talking about books that made me cry. And I like to think of myself as a G, but that's on the outside. That's the exterior part of me. I am a G. We don't cry. You know, we're a little harder on the outside, but then the inside of me, I'm a mushy person. Okay, I'm going to cry if I don't do anything else. I'm going to cry. We read a lot of books. And a lot of times these books put us in our feelings. So I have 5 books here that I want to talk to you guys about that literally made me cry. And when I recommend these books or I see anybody read these books, I tell them, make sure you grab the tissues, sis or bro, because you're going to cry. The book is going to be good, but you're going to cry. So let's get started. The first book I want to talk about, Hold You Down by the late Tracy Brown. If you know, you know. This book here tore me apart. We have 2 sisters, Lennox and what's the other one name? Mercy? Lennox and Mercy. They are tight. However, you guys already know how it is with sisters. One is a rebel and one likes to go by the book and like to do everything straight by the book, right? So they have sons named Judah and Dion. Is it Judah and Dion? Yes. Judah and Dion are raised like brothers. Okay. The life that they are living causes some stuff to happen, okay? However, the part that's going to make you cry is how these 2 cousins, they got to duke some stuff out. They are having some disagreements, okay? They are, you know, just doing things that family members really shouldn't do. And when it's time to sit down, talk about it, agree to disagree, everybody ain't agreeing to disagree. You follow the sisters for a long time until, you know, you can no longer follow both sisters. And then their sons are now grown and living their own lives. So we are following the sons' lives. And the sons just really break your heart. They really just break your heart. And I remember reading this. I think me and my husband was on a road trip, going or coming. We were going to Atlanta or coming back home from Atlanta. And I paused and I was literally crying. And he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I just wanted it to be better. I wanted it to be better for these boys, okay? These boys grew up like brothers, and I just wanted things to be better for them. I was so hopeful, but them boys made me cry. And if these boys was for real in real life, I would have got my build out, because sirs, what is y'all doing? Okay? If you read this book, you already know. I can't really explain it without spoiling it for you guys. But just know, if you guys are into like family drama, they got to sit down and agree to disagree. You got that one sister that goes by the book. She want to do everything A, B, C, D, E. But then you got that other sister. She just a rebel. She want to do what she want to do, how she want to do it. And then they have these boys that grow up together. So they're cousins, but they grow up like brothers, and they're basically replacing the relationship the sisters had. So their relationship is now, they have a strong bond, and they just get into some stuff that is either gonna make or break them, okay? And it's gonna make you cry. It's just gonna make you cry, and it made me cry. I'm always gonna recommend this one. It was a 5-star. Long shot. #1 in the Hoop series. This one is the most triggering one in the Hoop series. It's 3 books, so it's a trilogy. This one is the hardest one. If you could get through this one, then you could get through the others, because the other ones are not as triggering, not as dark as this one. I'm not really reading synopsis. I feel like a lot of people have already read these books that I'm going to talk about today. But we have Iris. Iris is the female main character, in this book, she is married to a celebrity basketball player, and the celebrity basketball player is the cockiest thing you will ever meet. And she meets one of his ops named August. Now, Iris is in a relationship, a very hard relationship. I really suggest you guys read the triggers on this one. We get some abuse in this book, physically and mental and verbal abuse in this book. And I feel like the way August stepped in to the game and helped Iris was the sweetest. Okay, you want a man like him. We want a man like August. We got our mans that we love deeply, but fictional wise, we want a man like August, because he was gonna do what needed to be done for Iris. And child, her husband, you want to beat him up. And this made me cry because, for one, I didn't expect this book to be as heavy as it was. I don't read a lot of heavy stories. I think I've read a handful, maybe one or two, but I've never read anything as heavy as this. And though I have never experienced what Iris goes through in this book, I cried for my girl. I sat at my desk listening to the audiobook and I was in tears for my girl. And if you listen to the audiobook, you could hear the hurt in her voice, in the narrator's voice. The narrator was so good for this one. Definitely will make you cry. Definitely had a G like me crying at my desk at work. Okay? And you know, I'm a G. I shouldn't be at work crying off no book, off no fictional characters. But yes, very good. I love this one. I think I gave this one a 4-star. I don't think I gave it a 5. Because I gave the entire series a 4-star across the board. But this one, very good. And I feel like if you decide to get into the Hoop series, it is a basketball romance trilogy. And this one, like I said, this one is the hardest one. If you can get through Long Shot, then you can read the rest. Fast by Millie Bilazar. Okay. I cried happy tears, sad tears, mad tears, all of the tears. I just recently finished this book, 5 stars. We follow Caprice early on, and even the synopsis, you get that she has to start her life over with her grandmother after her mom passed. She experienced trauma. She experienced abuse. In chapter 1, it already makes you cry in chapter 1 because the story knocks you out in chapter 1. Like, it don't give you time to sit down, grab a snack, and get comfortable. It starts immediately. And the triggers in this one are very, very heavy. Check the triggers. If you follow me on Bookstagram, I've already posted a book review on this one with the trigger warnings there. Go check out my Bookstagram page. Go check out the review. The trigger warnings are there. Sad tears, okay? Because what happened to Caprice was just so sad. Happy tears, because what happens to Caprice is such a wonderful way to wrap this book up. When I say I would have eaten this book up in 24 hours if I didn't have adult responsibilities, I would have. My husband hit the corner. I was reading in his space, and he walked out the kitchen and hit the corner, and I was literally in tears. And he was like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "Yes, I'm crying." If you have not picked this book up, please put it on your TBR for 2025. Make it priority. It's on KU. It's gonna make you cry, so make sure you get some tissues. That's all I gotta say. A love song for Ricki Wilde. This is my top pick for 2024. My favorite book in 2024. Anytime we have mother-daughter relationships, family drama incorporated in the book, I'm gonna eat the book up every single time. We have Ricki Wilde. She is one of 3 or 4 sisters, and they own I think it's a mortuary business, family business. Mama want the girls to take care of the family business going forward. Ricki like, that ain't what I want to do. I don't want to do that. I want a flower shop. And y'all not gonna make me do this, because I don't want to. So I'm finna get up and move, because I'm about to go fulfill my own dreams and wishes. And she does that, right? What made me cry in this book, because I know when I tell a lot of people I cried, they're always wondering, what makes you cry? What made me cry in this book is her stepping up to her mama and them. Stepping up to them. Like, I know what you said. I know what you told me you wanted me to do, but I'm grown and I make my own story. You don't write my story for me. This is my book. And I'm going to do what I want to do in my book. You don't write my story for me. I don't want part of this funky family business. And I'm standing on business when I'm telling you this. I'm going to have a flower shop, because that's what I want. And I'm letting you know. Okay? And I don't care what y'all say. Y'all take it or leave it, but I'm finna go. And so when she's able to step up to her mama and them jealous sisters, because child, them sisters is jealous, it made me cry. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, my girl. That's what I'm talking about. Because we do what we want to do. Not what you tell us to do. Real by Kennedy Ryan. I got the original cover for this book before it was traditionally published. And I did the audio and read the physical. This book was amazing. Okay. 5 stars all the way down. I don't know. I think Real and The Love Song for Ricki Wilde was up there together. Like, they were both top 2 and not 2 for me. But this one here, her mama and her sister, I'm telling you, that mama and sister drama, I eat it up all the time. I'm gonna eat it up. Her mama and her sister pissed me off so bad. And you get it at the beginning of the story. They piss you off so bad. But then towards the end of the story, or deep off in the middle of the story, they had this conversation. And the conversation is either gonna make them or break them. Y'all, when I tell y'all I was sitting up in the kitchen listening to the audiobook, having a whole freaking crying session, my daughter walked in and was like, are you having a mommy meltdown? Are you okay? Do I need to call daddy? What's going on? I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book. She was like, okay. All right. That conversation she had with her mom, it was needed, and it broke me down. It was needed. I love when family members treat you like crap and then you gain enough strength, because you always had the strength. The strength was always there. It's just you chose to pick your battles, right? But when you say F everything, I'ma say it anyway, F how it turns out, and you go talk to them about what you got to say and get it all up off your chest, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and I'm gonna eat it up every single time. I highly recommend this book. If you guys get this book, listen to it via audio. We get some real singers on the audiobook, not the narrator singing. We get some real singers on the audiobook, and I feel like, and I don't want to tell you to read it so that you can cry, but I feel like the only way you will cry is if you can relate to the female main character in this book. With all the books, like, these are books that made me cry, right? And I feel like the only way you can really cry too is if you relate, especially Real and A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. And Fast, I couldn't relate to her, but it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking, right? And then in Long Shot, oh, child, no. I could not relate, but the situation, it makes you want to fight. It just makes you want to fight, right? Like if you had a friend or family member that went through that same stuff that Iris was going through, right? Your feelings are hurt because what? I can't, and we know this happens on a daily, but what? And I think what made me really cry was listening to it on the audiobook, because I'm telling you, that narrator, she did Iris really good. And what holds you down, that book there, you want a happy ending, right? And you root for these characters and you're following these characters for so long, and you just like, I know things are gonna be better. I know you did this and you did this, and I know y'all pointing fingers at each other, but I know things gotta be better. I know they do. And nope. This book right here make me feel like I was their auntie too. This made me feel like that was my son, or I was their auntie too. And you know how you feel about your kids. You know, this one right here, but then it's like, I get it. Like, I understand. I get it. But damn. So yeah, these are the 5 books that really impacted me and made me cry. When I say impact, I mean made me cry. Real gangster tears, because we G's over here. We are G's over here, and I just feel like these right here is gonna pull that G up off you, up out of you. You think you a G? Read these and let's see. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books. Let me know your thoughts about them. Did any of these make you cry? And even if you didn't really cry, did they make you feel some type of way? Can you understand why I cried? I need somebody to understand where I'm coming from. Can you understand where I'm coming from? If so, drop a comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, ta-ta.